Hi, my name is Sean Rollerson here at JTech. Today we're going to be doing a pre-trip inspection on a semi-truck. Now, a pre-trip inspection helps both, one, the driver and the technician. And as a technician, you should always double check everything as if you were going to drive it. Alright, so first thing that we want to do is come around here to the engine bay. Alright, you got your power steering pump reservoir, your pitman arm, your drag link, or your steering box drag link. You want to make sure that's all secure and it's not going to fall off and it doesn't have excessive play. You know, like power steering reservoir, make sure that all the bolts are there, securely fastened, and it's not loose or leaking. Alright, then you're going to check your air compressor, which is right here. You're going to make sure that is securely fastened as well. Make sure that the belt is tight around there, if there is a belt, which this one does not have. Okay, after that you're going to go to your coolant reservoir up here. Make sure that it's full. You know, technicians always look at fluids, make sure that they're all full. Alright, then you're going to go around to the other side. You should also check the oil, which undoubtedly on this engine is on the other side too, but it's already been checked and it's full. Alright, on this side you're going to check your alternator, make sure that all the bolts are there, which there should only be 4, which there are, 1, 2, and 2 of them down here on the bottom. Make sure they are securely fastened and it doesn't have any movement in the alternator itself. Next thing that you're going to want to do is pull on the belt, make sure there's no more than, say, like an inch of play in the belt itself. So that way you can also check the belt tensioner, which it all seems to be pretty good. Another thing that you want to check at each corner of the vehicle, your tires. Make sure that there's plenty of tread on. Like on this one right here, we got 10-30 seconds, which is fine. Okay. The other thing that you want to check, air pressure. Unscrew the valve cap. And we got like 92 PSI, which is really low because you're only allowed 2 PSI difference from max to minimal. So we need to put some air in this tire. Alright, go ahead and come on down to the other. Now as you're walking back down, you want to make sure that your fuel tank is securely fastened, it's not loose, it doesn't have any dents, no leaks. Steps as well, make sure they're securely fastened and not broken. You can also, while you're coming back here, you can also check your exhaust pipe. Make sure it doesn't have any leaks. It's not cracked, it's not broken, it's not going to move, which means that it's securely fastened. Alright. Then you're going to move on to your tires. Again. See, this one, we got 11-30 seconds. And we're going to call that 8-30 seconds. Also, go ahead and check your air pressure. Got 90 PSI there. And we got 75 in the inside one. Once again, very low. Alright, once you're done checking the tires, we'll come to the inside of the tire, look at your brakes. Make sure they're have plenty of meat on them, which this one has a pretty good amount, still past the half-life bar. Also go ahead and check your spring here, make sure it's not bent, it's not broken, no cracks, and it's securely fastened, which it is. Also, you can check your shock Make sure that it's not leaking hydraulic fluid down here, and that it's securely fastened. Also, check your airbag. Make sure that it's not leaking, which this one's full, which is good. It's securely fastened. Moving on to the next axle. Once again, your leaf spring, shock, and airbag, which they're all secure. Well, this one's not securely fastened, as you can plainly tell there. That's going to have to be removed or replaced. Shock, could use a new mount inside. Alright, check the tires again. You got 30 seconds. Now, on the back side of on the drive axles, you're not allowed no less than 4 30 seconds worth of tread. On the steer, you're 2 30 seconds of tread on the axle, on the drive axles, excuse me. 4 30 seconds on the steer tires up front. Alright, let's see here. And we got exactly 4 here. That has to be changed out. This one is recommended to be changed out. Change air pressure. Got 80 on the outside. That one doesn't have any air in it. Alright. Another thing that you should have on already is your lights. Make sure that they all work, which that can be covered at a later time. Now again, you want to check your airbags, shocks, leaf springs, brakes, tires, and air pressure. On the basically the same thing that you did over there, you want to do to this side. And which all these tires seem to be really low. Like seeing a liger or what? I'm gonna blow up with my tiger's brains out. 7 30 seconds. Still bugging. 7 30 seconds. Those are pretty good. 8 and 10. These are good. Alright. Check your fuel tank again. Check your steps, make sure that they are securely fastened and they're not bent, broken, cracked, or leaking. Well, 30 seconds, that's really good. And about 95 PSI. Alright, after your outside inspection, you're going to move into the cab. Go ahead and turn your lights on. Make sure that whenever we get out again and walk around it, just to double check, we'll make sure all those are working. Turn the key on, make sure all your gauges do a test sweep. None of these are. Let's see. This dashboard is really messed up. Okay, after it's done its sweep and everything's settled, it has enough air pressure now that we're going to go ahead and do a leak down test for the air brakes. Basically, all you do is push the pedal down. You should not have more than 3 PSI in 1 minute after holding the brake. Alright, so it seems like we're good on that. Now on the opposite end, whenever you turn your truck on in order to build the air pressure back up, it should not take no more than 3 minutes in order to build the air pressure from 80 to 120. You may have to idle the engine up. That's allowable in the DOT test. So we can do that. Primary tank is always going to build a little bit faster, or quite a bit faster than your secondary tank. But the primary one is for your brakes. That's the one that you really have to worry about. The secondary one is for your suspension and pretty much everything else. So, but once you get the secondary tank over 100, you should be good. Seems to be building a little bit quicker than what I thought it would. So we're going to go ahead and let it build up to 120 and let the pop-off valve on the air dryer let it do its thing. Now you see here we have a check engine light flashing. That means that we have a trouble code, in which case you need to make a mental note of it in order to hook up the computer to it, try to figure it out. That's your data connector, so that way you can actually test it and see what the code is. Maybe fix it. Alright, so we're up to 120 on both tanks now. We'll go ahead and turn it off. And we're going to pump the brakes down. Alright, our low air pressure is working. Brake knob did not pop off, which means that something is definitely wrong, or the secondary tank had enough pressure to keep it out. But our brake lights are on, which is good. And like I said, our air pressure is down low enough to where this should have popped off, but it didn't. One more thing that you have to try to fix. The other thing, this seat needs to be replaced. Alright, now that you're done the in-cab inspection, now you just want to walk around and look at your lights. Alright, all of them, marker lights. All your top marker lights, make sure they're all working. Your headlights. Let me turn the four-way on. Alright, turn signal, four-ways. They both work off of the same circuit, so all you got to do is just turn your four ways on and it should work. Excuse me. Headlights are working. Both sides, so your turn signals. Again, side marker, turn signals. Back here and make sure that your brake lights are working, or your tail lights are on, which they are, and they're blinking, which is also your turn signal from back there. There's other things that you want to look at as a technician whenever you do a full-on inspection. It goes a little bit more in depth, but this is just so that way you can get the truck inside the shop. And that's pretty much it right there. So thank you and have a wonderful day.